Right, hi everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV, and yeah, we're back. Split Screen is back, we've got Chris. We haven't seen his beautiful face since the World Cup. How are you doing, Chris? You alright?
Yeah, not bad. It's the end of winter and it was 27 degrees yesterday, and then it's 20 degrees now, so I've got my hoodie on, so I'm not gangster, it's just the weather.
32 degrees in London today.
Wow. Yeah.
So, we're all smells at the moment. I don't think this is going to continue with smells because we're talking about, Mike Ashley. So we haven't really covered a couple of things. His letter, which came out last night, it's been alleged, we'll have to say that the Daily Mail Online have got a copy of his letter going to the Secretary of State for Culture, Media, Sport, etc. And it's been linked. Now, in that letter, we've both had a good little read of it. If you want to see more of it, it's on with the social media. What's your findings of that? Because there is a couple of interesting things there. Now, don't get me wrong, we're not going to sit here and slag Ashley off all the time. He has done a couple of good things, which, yeah, let's be honest, he has. Difficult for us to say that. What's your findings of that letter?
Well, I think he was just trying to justify himself from the point of view of how he's bankrolled the club, giving insights with those cash sort of inputs that he's done. And I think it just reinforces the fact to me that he's running it as a business, so a pure business. So if you own House of Fraser or own Debenhams or whatever, that balance sheet is negative to minus. It's negative to what's coming in or pluses on the sort of bottom line. So the thing is, as a fan, we understand that, but he's just trying to justify his position with that solely, and that doesn't wash in football terms really. We can understand that, but football, just doesn't wash.
The thing I noticed about it was picked up on Twitter. Said that he's never had any contact with our MP, who was based in Newcastle. But there was some, and I'll put it on screen for you now. She actually sent Mike Ashley an email/letter roughly about 4 years ago asking for a meeting. And Lee Charney had replied to that saying, unfortunately, Mike Ashley has politely declined your request. However, in that letter, that Ashley alleged letter again, said that he's never had any interaction with the MP. So there's a lie straight away. And there's also, there might be other things that he hasn't included, the TV money and so on and so on. But do you think he's rattled by this? Is he rattled by the MP, the government getting involved in his, ongoings at the club?
I think, from my point of view, what the MP did was, it's really a separate issue. I think she's looking, the broader issue is how football clubs in general are run. Do you know what I mean? That's why we've got the disparity happening with City and all that financial fair play stuff. So, in a way, obviously, it's his little juncture. I believe he's really siphoning money out of the club into those other businesses. So yeah, I think he's anyone who sort of sticks a needle into that is going to get on his broadside. So obviously that's why he's replied. But in the broader sense of the I guess the football environment, I think it's good. I think all football clubs need to be investigated in how they're running. It needs to be moderated better and run better, so you have that equality from top to bottom in the league.
I think you mentioned there the broader scale as well, because she's just not just talking about football. Newcastle is a massive, massive chunk of the city centre. You take that out, you're talking about hundreds of jobs going. You're talking about us as fans not going to games, which affects the economy, etc., etc. Nobody's spending money. Local businesses around it are suffering as well. So I think she was getting the bigger picture of that as well. Of course, you want to...
Yeah, community picture,
yeah. It is. It's a bigger picture for that. And it's interesting. We want to know what you lot think in the comments down there below. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is that, the last two games, the Newcastle players have not come out and spoken to the media. And again, Mike Ashley's at the point of this as well, that there is a alleged dispute over bonus payments. Now, this happened a few years ago when Joey Barton spoke about it years back, and it's come back around again that the players have not agreed a bonus. Now, some people might say players don't need bonuses. They're getting paid 30, 80, whatever grand a week. But I don't think it's the actual money. I think it's the intent that's there. And again, the players are striking up, and today, well, it'll be yesterday now, that the likes of BT, BBC and Sky were filming with the lad, ready to do the walk-up cameras that you see, and then they look up and stand there and do all of that. They've all rejected all that. What's your take of it all going on at the minute?
We'll have to use last year's then if they can't do this year's. Look, I think it's just like, if you work in your job at Sky. I mean, if you're promised bonuses and it's part of your package every year, and they skimp down and they say, well, there's nothing for you this year or in the coming year, you go, well, screw that. I mean, all the effort I've put in, and it creates that atmosphere. So
you demotivate.
I mean, demotivation. I mean, if you're running a business and you have that broad understanding, which we all know he doesn't. I mean, you know that your biggest assets are your fans and your players. I mean, without them, you really have nothing. So, I think he doesn't see that. He sees everything as commercialized, and there's guaranteed money coming in from certain places, and we don't understand the broad web of how Newcastle fits in with all these business dealings. If we did, we understand why he's penny pinching here, and here. And using that as a catalyst for everything else. So I think we see it through the microcosm of the players, but it's interacted with this broad web of other businesses he has. So I mean, it's demotivating. So some of the stuff he's doing is the last thing you do if you're an employer. And we know his. He's been
in the courts about underpaying staff, the ongoing to Sports Direct, and this no disrespect to people that work at those. Factories, shops, etc. These are world famous, big earners, and they need something. Well, people might know they don't need motivators, but the word I'm looking for is that it's the intent, it's the principle of it, and there's just a catalogue of things with Mike Ashley that's happening at the moment, and you could name loads at the moment. The club's PR work has been absolutely shocking as well, and it leads me nicely on to we've got the Tottenham game, which we'll talk later on in the week, but there is now a planned protest which came out again last night to go on to Northumberland Street as well, and there's going to be outside the Sports Direct store. Now, what's your take on that? Do you think that's a good move or bad move?
No, I've always backed that sort of stuff. If you've seen some of my comments on Facebook, I've always related to the fact that I'm a little bit older, and when I was growing up, I saw the McKeague years in the late 80s. And what the fans did there, they basically boycotted the games. The ground was a shell. I mean, it only held about 25, 30,000, and you'd have about 7,000 rock up. So I believe there is a place for that. Because at the end of the day, if we're not going to stand up and we're just going to roll over, I mean, what can you achieve? It always starts with a community element first, pushing for change in anything. It doesnn't matter. So I'm 100% backing that.
Yeah, for people who are wondering, and this is the first time you've seen Chris, the reason why he's got a bit of a dodgy accent. Do you want to tell them why?
I was born in Durham, so I had my choice to go either Sunderland or Newcastle, but my dad took me to my first game when I was 8 years old, so I was hooked. So I'm 39 now, so it's been a 30-year odyssey of all that pain and up and down and whatever.
He moved to Australia, that's why he's got the accent.
Got away from it, yeah. I got away from it, but I got a perspective all the way from like those late 80s all the way to now, so I can sort of, I've got a bit of an understanding. Yeah.
Well, Chris is going to be back in another video where we're going to be talking about the pre-season, so keep an eye for that coming up on the channel as well. Chris, good to see you. Thanks for coming on, man.